Our European campaign got all the way to the Conference League final last year, where we unfortunately lost out to Aston Villa. This season, we went up a level. We're in the Europa League, and let's see if we can actually get to the group stage. We have a playoff against Lask, and we'll see if we can make it through. Hello and welcome on to 11 Sports here for the Killie boys on Football Manager 21. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button for more daily Football Manager content. You can see just in front of you, we've only just started the season, so it's a great time to catch up the last two episodes, and we'll continue on. You can follow us along in this season. We've played 2 games in the Scottish Premiership in the last episode, winning 3-1 and 5-1, and since then, we just played 1 game. We played against Falkirk in the Betfred Cup second round. Goals to Roman Booker. He got them both. We played a bit of a rotated side. We picked up a couple of injuries, but I think we're just about back at full strength, minus Booker. I think he's out for another couple of days. But a nice 2-0 win, I say, in the Betfred Cup second round. We've drawn Motherwell in the quarter-finals. You probably won't see that, to be honest. You might. I don't know. I've not decided how far in front we're going to be having a look at that. But today, we will play up against Lask, which is a lot easier to say than Linzer Athletic Sport Club. So we'll just go for Lask in the playoff of the Europa League to get to the group stage. You'll see the away leg and the home leg today, and I'll give you an update of the Motherwell game in between as well. And then we'll get to see the draw for the group stage of the Europa League and see who we get in our group. Should we get through, obviously. I'm just assuming we're going to win. We might lose, and I think if we lose at this stage, we go back to Europa Conference League. But we'll see. We want to get through it. I have confidence that we will. The first leg is today, and I'll show you the team. So here is the team. This is one that I think you're going to get used to be seen, to be honest, because this is what I believe is our full strength side. Morris in goal, Thomas and Anderson together at the back, Magallanes on the right and Guareno on the left, Vlalic, Pena in the middle with Jovic just in front, Lambert on one side and Ketia on the other, and Crenetta up front. Crenetta scored 3 goals in the game against Hibs. And it's actually been 13 hours without a goal before that in a competitive match. I didn't quite realise he'd performed so poorly in the run-in last year, but he obviously had. But we're back on form with him. Hopefully he can get some goals today, and we'll see how we get on. As the game kicks off, you'll be glad to know I have a cup of tea again, similar to last episode, but it's actually hot this time, so it's not going to be cold. And I know you were all worried for me. But Guareno plays the ball forward toward Nketiah here as I'm still holding on to this cup of tea. Swung into Lambert and Lambert scores. Is this going to have to be my good luck charm? Holding on to the cup of tea while we play because then we score a goal? I'll sit it down and see if we end up conceding. But you see Guareno with the ball there. Down the left hand side. I was just checking to make sure I didn't pour it on the table. It's on its coaster. Pena with the ball. Swung into the back post. There's 3 men who could have got it there. But Lambert rises up above everyone and scores the goal. We're at 1-0 after 4 minutes. A good start, I would say. And Keita, a lovely flick back to Pena. He's miles onside. Jovic, Crenetta or Lambert could have won that. The keeper's in no man's land. 1-0 Killie. And it's a free kick from Lask. Bakuna plays it forward. Crenetta wins that ball after it was cleared away, and he goes down the right hand side. There's men overlapping on the left. He can find them, can he? Yes, he can. And Ketia, and he's a second goal of the season. I nearly lost my breath there because I was saying so much without taking a breath in. And Ketia with a lovely finish. You see him at the bottom of the screen there. He's just run off the screen. He's miles away from any defender. Crenetta down the right hand side switches it over, and there he comes back on the screen in Ketia and scores a goal at the near post. At this rate, it's going to be a lot of goals if we're scoring a goal every 4 minutes. But there is a highlight here from the kickoff, and I wonder who is going to go to. Fors with the ball here back to Dodge. Plays the ball out to Cobalt on the left-hand side. Lambert tracks him back. Raguse with it into Dodge and Raguse. And Raguse hits it, and it's just over the bar. Morris had it covered, I think. But a good chance for Lask there. Throw in from our left-hand side. It's cleared away, though, only as far as Anderson. Anderson and Guareno both yellow carded on that left-hand side of our defence. Might need to keep an eye on that. And Ketia with it over to Lambert. Lambert plays it, tries to get past his man, but he doesn't. The ball's cleared away, only as far as Thomas, though. as Lasker sitting quite deep. Lambert with it now, switches to play toward Nketiah, and Nketiah back into the middle, Jovic, and it's over the bar. Some nice play from our front four there. I think there's going to be lots of goals from the four of those, especially as well players like Boba and Booker as well coming off the bench. There's going to be lots and lots of goals, I think, this year. We're a very, very good side. Guerrero with the ball on the left-hand side here. Is he going to play the ball over? He is toward Lambert and Jovic and Nketiah, and there we go. As if I'm psychic. That's the word I'm looking for. As if I have psychic powers, I should say. One of our front four scored a goal again. Guerrero going down this left-hand side. He plays the ball over. Lambert hits off the defender, and Nketiah thrashes that into the near post. They're working well together, that front group of players. I've got to include the fullbacks in that as well, and we're up 3-0. Highlight from the right-hand side. It's been endless highlights in this game. Magallanes with it into Vlalic. Vlalic's back to Thomas. You can see how deep they are. There's no one putting any pressure on. All of our players, apart from our keeper, are in their half. Guerrero drives forward, switches it to Graneta, and Graneta scores a goal. There we go. We're up 4-0 after 24 minutes. This could be embarrassing. And Nketiah's had two. Lambert's got one, and now Graneta's got one as well. The front three scoring goals. We just need Jovic to score one, and then my prediction of how good my front four are will come true. Guerrero with a great ball in. That could have went to Lambert, but Graneta rises up and heads that in with a powerful header. And it's 4-0. Another throw from the left-hand side here, but it is headed away, but Pena will collect it, and he'll play it over to Anderson and Vlalic, and back out to Nketiah here. Nketiah plays it infield to Pena, back to Guerrero. This ball will come in the box, I imagine. In toward Pena. Pena over toward Graneta and Magallanes and Lambert hits it, and it's 5-0. Imagine if you were a fan of Lasker and you've paid your hard-earned money to come in to watch your team play. You know they're just two-legged tie away from getting to the group stage of the Europa League, and after half an hour, you're 5-0 down. I can't imagine how that must feel. Guerrero throws this ball into Nketiah. I say 5-0 down. It could be even more. Lambert only scored just a minute ago. Nketiah gets the ball from Anderson. He drives in field. Will he hit this? He might. He finds Lambert. Lambert, got the rebound and hit it back in again. Lambert's got two. Nketiah's got two. And Graneta's got one here. And our 5 goals. It's a totally dominant performance so far. But Lask might have a chance here. The ball swung in, but it's headed away from Anderson. And Jovic collects it. And he plays the ball forward toward Graneta. And it's cleared away. They've got a lot of men in the middle of the park. But we're kind of getting down their wings quite easily and dodge with it into Raguse, but they can come through the middle with overload of players, and Bakuna with it, and they've scored a goal, and maybe the comeback is on. You never know. Look at the possession. We've only had 60% in the ball, 12 shots to their 2. Maybe the comeback is on, but we've had 6 goals in the first 32 minutes here. A very, very exciting game so far. You see Bakuna gets in behind Anderson and slots that in at the near post, and it's 5-1. Another highlight here. Goodness me. Graneta's intercepted it. He drives forward. Can he score his second? No, he can't. It's a good save from the keeper. It's a throw in from the left. Guerrero with it. Throws it in, but it's headed away, and Force will come away with the ball, but he's the most furthest forward player for Lask here. Bakuna back towards Force now, and he's kind of surrounded by Killie players, but Bakuna's got it, and Vlalic wins it, and then Nketiah gets it. Can he play the ball forward toward Graneta? No, he drives forward himself. Jovic with it now. Out toward Guerrero. Can he get this ball into the box? He does toward Graneta. It's headed away. But Lambert goes to chase it back and he wins it. And Vlalic and Lambert again. And Lambert switches to play toward Nketiah. Jovic. Oh, just wide of the goal. Nearly all 4 of our players at the front there getting goals. But not quite. Another highlight here just toward the end of the first half. Nketiah into Jovic and Pena and Jovic. And the ball into the Graneta. And it's a good save from the keeper. I tell you, not often do I say I hope the second half doesn't have that many highlights. But with how much there's been in this first half, if it's just as busy in the second half, this episode is going to be one hell of a long episode. Second half starts and Lambert plays the corner into Nketiah, and that was a nicely worked corner, but it wasn't quite good enough. Another corner this time. Lambert swings to the back post and it's headed away. And maybe this could be a chance for Lask. The ball pumped forward, but Guerrero intercepts it. Finds Pena and Nketiah down the left-hand side. Plays the ball in toward Lambert, back to Jovic. Lambert collects the ball again. Finds Magallanes, who hits it, and it's over the bar. And we'll make a couple of subs, I think. And this second half has been a little bit quieter. Boba, Hamel, and Sibley have come on for Guerrero at left back, Graneta up front, and Vlalic in midfield. And this is the first highlight since I said I was going to make a few changes. Kind of half an hour of quiet in this game. Balic with it. It could be a chance for Lask. Could they pull one back? Maybe make it a little bit easier for them in the second leg. I still fancy us to win it, even if we put out a kind of slightly weakened team in the second leg at this stage. Lambert plays it forward toward Boba. Will he hit it himself? He crosses it into Jovic. And there we go. The four I was talking about, Lambert, Jovic, Nketiah and Creneta, getting the goals for us here. 2 for Lambert, 2 for Nketiah, 1 for Creneta, and now 1 for Jovic. Boba was involved as well. I think it's going to be an important part coming off the bench for us, whether in the wide areas or up front, and he plays it into Jovic there. He slots that in with his weaker foot, and we're up 6-1 and taking a 5-goal advantage to Rugby Park with 6 away goals. I fancy the tie is over, but you never know. There could be a comeback. It's unlikely when you see the number of shots we had compared to them, but there could be a comeback. That was a dominant performance, so we'll show you just an update of the score of the game in between, and then we'll show you the second leg, where hopefully we win it comfortably. Even if it's a draw, now we'll have won the whole two-legged tie comfortably, and then we'll get through to the group stage, and we'll see the group stage draw. So yes, we play Motherwell in 3 days' time, so we'll see for that one, just in the end, just to give you an update of the score. Right, so here we are just at the end of the Motherwell game, and as you can see, we've just scored our 4th goal in the 94th minute here. Jovic thrashing the ball across the goal to score. Creneta had scored a hat-trick earlier on in the game, then missed a penalty, so he didn't even get 4, and the easiest one was the penalty, but he won that game quite comfortably in the end, 4-1, 65% of the ball. Expected goals, only the 2, but they only had 0.27. A very, very nice win. We'd rotated a couple of players around, but Creneta scoring 3 goals. He's back on form just at the right time to start this season. And that result, alongside Hibs' win against Rangers, means that we are top of the table all by ourselves. 9 points, 3 wins, 9 goal difference. Below us is St Mirren, who have won 2 games by a goal and drawn the others. They're on 7 points. Then Rangers and Hearts on 6 points. Celtic have won 1, drawn 1, lost 1, so they're a wee bit behind. We've started off with a nice wee buffer ahead of Rangers and Celtic, and hopefully we can continue that throughout this season. A 4-1 win, a 4-1 win, and a 5-1 win. We've kind of been dominating so far. We have conceded a goal every game, but we've been scoring lots of goals, and I suppose that's what matters, isn't it? I lied. It wasn't a 4-1 win. It was a 3-1 win, a 5-1 win, and a 4-1 win. That's how you make 9 goal difference. Never mind. We'll see you for the second leg against Lask. Right, well, welcome back. Here we are for the second leg against Lask. And we've got a few injuries. Bobby Thomas is injured. Rodriguez struggling for fitness. Bookert's injured. And Nketiah's injured. Daniel Stacey's injured. So, you know what? I just thought, why risk any of our big players for this game if we can avoid it? So we went for basically wholesale rotation in the team, minus a couple of players. So Morris is going to stay in goal, but our centre-back partnership is going to be Nastic and Bogdanovic. Remember, Nastic we signed from Partizan Belgrade in the summer, and Bogdanovic we signed from Partizan Belgrade in the summer. So 2 young Partizan players who have been bought by us, and they will partner themselves. Partner themselves? That's not how you say words. They will be partners today at centre back. At right back, we're going to go with Sika, and Sibley will fill in at left back. Pena alongside Lunin. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to say his name, but Lunin, we'll go with that. With Lunin in the midfield, remember the young boy we signed from Dundee United. Hamill just in front of them. Boba will get the game on the right hand side. Christie can get a game on the left hand side. He's not played much in the last couple of years for us. I mean, we signed him, last season, wasn't it? The year before last? Yes, last season. He played 22 times, most of them at the start of the season. Didn't really play towards the end. He's come on for 1 game so far this season, and he did all right, so he gets to play today. He's getting a bit old, he's 34, so he's starting to lose some of his physical stats, but he'll play out there today, and Creneta can be up front. Hopefully there's not a huge number of highlights in this game, because if there's 7 goals in it again or whatever, you're going to be here for quite some time. You'll probably be able to tell by the length of the video, but don't cheat, don't do that. And there is a highlight very early on for us. Sika throws it in, but the ball is cleared away, so maybe it's not going to be our highlight. Fors with it. Let's see what happens. Oh, dearie me. Nastic with a poor sliding challenge. And Fors scores a goal for Lask. I mean, they only need another 5 to win the game. I wonder if they'll do it here. See, Fors is up against Nastic and Bogdanovic. Nastic slides in, completely misses it, and he's one-on-one with Morris, who just dives over the ball. And Lask are up 1-0 after 5 minutes. Corner kick for us. Boba swings it in towards the back post, but it's headed away. Lunin holds on to it though. Lunin gets the ball over to Sika, who hits it in. There we go. His first goal for the club. Gregorio Sika with the goal. A lovely, lovely finish for him. The ball, see, was cleared away. Lunin got onto it, played the ball in, got it back, finds Sika in the A because of space in the edge of the box. He just curl. I say it's thrash, but it kind of curls it round. And it's a great goal for Sika there. And it's back to 1-1. No worries. There was never anything in doubt. And it's a goal kick here, played away. Sibley heads it on toward Christie. Christie with the ball. Not going to run very fast, but he finds Bob on the right-hand side. Will he cut it back? He hits it off the side netting, it says there. And it's 1-0. See, we've dominated this game as well, but you know, I last got an early goal, which made me slightly worried. They've got another chance here. Ragusan to Fors. Fors with it to Ndoj. Ndoj into Feinberg and Griltz. Some of these names are hard to say. I think that says Griltzer, Fors and Balic and Raguz with the ball. It's a good save from Morris. It was straight at him. I say good save, but he didn't dive in the way of it at least. And it's still 1-0 here. Hopefully nothing comes from this corner. Bakuna swings it toward the back post and it's headed away from Nastic. And Kraneta's clean through here. He hardly has anyone to beat. A defender's coming across now. Can he hit it? Oh, last ditch challenge. Kraneta should have scored that. Unfortunately, he didn't, however, and there is a throw-in for us here. Sibley will throw it in. Finds Hamill, back to Lunin and Hamill swings the ball to the back post and Kraneta heads it off the bar. Oh, goodness me, Kraneta, this is not going to be your day, son. He should have scored after he was 1-on-1 with the keeper, but the defender got back and then he hits the bar there. And last come away with the ball here. Balic plays it forward, but Nastic intercepts. And he's going to play the ball down the line towards Sika, who's very advanced here. Will he cut the ball back or he's thread it across the box? He gets challenged. Oh, he does a wee kind of flick into the box and Kraneta can't quite finish it. And that's the end of the highlight. Thankfully, I can take a breath. But not quite, because there's another highlight straight away from this. Here, Lunin with the ball in a fairly advanced position. Finds Boba now. Boba on the right-hand side. Tries to go past his man. What's going to happen here? He goes past his man. He hits it and it's off the side netting again. I must say, Boba's a very exciting prospect. It looks like I'm happy for him to be in the team here. Can play right across that front line. He's doing very well. Though it's only a 6.7 range. It's just behind my head. You can't see it. I feel he's been doing all right today. We've reached half time. I'll say we're happy with how it's going. You know, we need to concede another 5 goals for us to not get through. I don't think that's going to happen. And there's a highlight early on in this second half here. Bogdanovic with the ball. Comes forward, he's running forward, the centre back coming forward with the ball, but plays it back to Payne. He gets a little bit scared as he crossed that halfway line, obviously. And Boba out to Sika. Sika is overlapping, finds Payne. Payne goes down the line, does he? No, he swings the ball in toward Christie, who heads up from the edge of the box, and it's hit off the crossbar. That was a cracking header, but still 1-0. And the ball's thrown in there from Lass. It comes back out to the edge of the box, and Dodge with it, and Maiga. Oh, but Boba intercepts that pass and it's 2-on-2 now. What's Boba going to do? Can he find Kraneta? He can. Kraneta's clean through on goal. He finishes it. Fantastic. His 8th goal of the season for Kraneta. And now we're on the clock. We're up 2-1 on the night. 8-2 on aggregate. Unless Lass scores 6 goals, they are not getting through. And I can't see them scoring 6 goals. It's a lovely, calm, collected finish from Kraneta. And we lead 2-1 on the night. Well, nobody's played particularly well tonight, but we've still come away with the 2-1 win. 8-2 on aggregate. I'll say that I'm happy just to keep the morale up. Fantastic from us through. See what other teams you might see are through here. Basel's a team. They beat Salzburg there. Sorry, that's not Basel. Who's this? That's Steaua Bucharest. It is Steaua Bucharest. Further down, Basel did beat Konyaspor. Olympiacos are through as well. PSV beat Torpedo Moscow. Cercle Bruges got through. You know, some names some of you might know there. And I think the draw is tomorrow, so we'll see you for the draw of the group stage to finish off this episode. See who we get. Right, here we are for the group stage draw of the Europa League. And as you can see from down below, we are one of the first seeds. We're actually got a better coefficient than Arsenal, which is very strange. See, the first seeds include Villarreal, Celtic, Real Sociedad, Arsenal, Monaco, Leipzig, ourselves and Nice. Some very good teams in there. Second seeds are Basel, PSV, Bruges, AZ Alkmaar, Besiktas, Dynamo Kiev, Shakhtar Donetsk, Lazio, Bayer Leverkusen are a third seed. Karabakh, Aston Villa, who are last season's winners of the Conference League. Remember, they beat us in the final. They're a third seed alongside Linfield, Brighton, Braga, Olympiacos, Apoel Tel Aviv, and sorry, not Apoel Tel Aviv, it's Apoel Nicosia, isn't it? It's from Cyprus. And fourth seeds are Sassuolo from Italy, HGK from Finland. Remember, we played them as well last year in a European competition. Cercle Bruges, Honved from Hungary, Tabor Cezana from Slovenia, Djurgårdens from Sweden, Steaua Bucharest and CSKA Moscow. So we'll draw the teams out. The first seeds come out first, it looks like, and we are in Group H, which means we get the last team out the hat each round. So Alkmaar Basel, Kiev and Club Brugge come out. We've got Besiktas, Shakhtar Donetsk, PSV or Lazio as the 4 remaining options. It's down to Shakhtar or Lazio, and we get Shakhtar Donetsk, which I think out of those 4 that we could have had at the end there, I think that's one of the ones I might have preferred. I think I prefer Shakhtar to Lazio, to be honest. We now draw through the next games. We've avoided Aston Villa, who joined the group alongside Celtic and Dynamo Kiev, which looks like that could be a bit of a group of death, to be honest, there. Arsenal PSV is another good group as well, and Apoel Nicosia go in that. Monaco get Besiktas and Brighton, and we've got Bayer Leverkusen or Olympiacos. Either team can go in either group here. I'd much rather Olympiacos than Bayer Leverkusen, and thankfully we have, and that's another horrendous group. Villarreal, Lazio and Bayer Leverkusen. I don't want to be in that group, I tell you that. So we've got Olympiacos and Shakhtar Donetsk, and we work our way through. In the group with Celtic is Tabor Cezana from Slovenia. Sassuolo are away, which is good. That's a team I wanted to avoid as well. If we could avoid HJK, I'd like that as well. And we have. So it's down to Cercle Bruges or Durgudens. I can't say either of them. It's going to be Cercle Bruges right down the bottom there. Shakhtar Donetsk, Olympiacos, Cercle Bruges and ourselves. Very interesting indeed. So the schedule has been revealed here, and I think I might do something similar to last season where I show you 3 of the games of the Euro Cup group, the Europa League group. Maybe more, you never know, but certainly 1 against each of the sides, so you get to see the teams we're playing against. And I think a good one to do would be Olympiacos as the first game there. We can also play Rangers, which could be a top of the table clash at that point, in the game beforehand as well. We play St Mirren beforehand in the league, just in a couple of days' time in the game, and they are in second. So if we beat them and Rangers win their game, then that game against Rangers will be first against second, and then we play against Olympiacos in our first Europa League group stage game in our attempt to try and get all the way through to the final. Is that too much to ask? The board just want us to get to the first knockout round, but I would like to get all the way, at least quite deep into that competition. Olympiacos, remember, were our 3rd seed in the group. Shakhtar were the 2nd seed, and Cercle Bruges were the 4th seed. So it should be a game that we would hope to win. You hope you beat your 3rd seed in that, and maybe a more tough game against Shakhtar. But away to Olympiacos is a tough one to start off our European campaign. But if you have enjoyed this episode, been lots of goals, it's been quite a long one as well, then please do leave a like, hit that thumbs up, it really does help out the channel. Subscribe if you're around here, ready for our European campaign to begin proper from the group stage. And until the next one, we'll see you then.